everybody, Richard here, and
Me.
welcome to the Learned Life.
Learned life.
I bit my lip earlier, so
Learned life.
I'm having a problem with my tongue. That's me. Legitly. So what this is, hey, it's a Monday Q&A video.
What?
Where have those gone?
I ate them.
They've gone to the land of busyness. We
I
are
ate
busy folks over here. I have wife over here who doing her thing. She's a beater during the day. She makes horse bridles and beads them and beautifies them. And then we have
Sun guns and
sun
leggings
guns on
and
the
pearls.
weekends, leggings and pearls.
You haven't done pearls in a minute.
She hasn't done pearls in a while because the company's going through some weirdness. And then on top of me, I have my commissions, I have my t-shirts, and I have my game sales that are just kind of picking up left and right.
Puppy Power was the last one?
Yep.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago was the last time we did this.
Not too bad. We've gone longer.
Yeah, that's true.
And then in December, I'm going to be a horse-drawn carriage driver through a really rich neighborhood, which, now that I'm saying that, makes me remember that we already discussed this.
Did we?
In Puppy Power. I guarantee it.
Oh.
Random jobs, remember?
Random jobs, that's right. Well, we're still busy doing all that stuff. So I'm trying to, my goal is to pick back up the video making business and get back into it. It's hard. Yeah, it's harder than I want it to be. And it shouldn't be, but it is. So.
Let's read the first question.
Oh, and we have home teachers in our church. And I love our home teacher to death, our normal one. He's like family. He's like our Uncle Ed. We just got a second one because we're supposed to have companions. We got a new one. And this dude knows Warhammer 40K. And Warhammer. He's all about the lore and stuff. He's never played it, has a few figures, but he's into it. And he watches my videos, so hi, dude. So, anyway, let's get to some questions.
So just did a little skim through. I'm going to go backwards.
Oh, she's totally ruining the space-time continuum.
So,
Oh no! Sorry.
So I'm going to start out with Edict Beer 40K. Great Q&A. I have had the same job since I was 16, left school 3 days later, started work 1988, and still there now. Ha. Have you seen Star Trek Discovery yet, and what do you think so far?
I like it. It's... Okay, now, they said the word F-U, or just F the other day, and I was like, this dude said that on Star Trek? It blew my mind. I was like, they never cuss on Star Trek. But
My only problem is it's behind the paywall.
yeah, that is really crappy. I'm getting tired of that. That sucks.
Yeah, you have to subscribe to see it. I think
Yeah.
that's not cool. Because, like, my parents have a really good cable package, and they can't even get it. Like, and my dad's a huge Star Trek fan, and he's like, I don't want to have to pay for the CBS subscription to get it. I have CBS on my TV.
I have noticed that this Star Trek is a really action-oriented show. It is very violent. And, I don't know, violent.
Well, I like that, like, you don't have to be very Star Trek knowledgeable.
Yeah.
You could be a brand new Trek newbie
Because this takes place, like,
before
Enterprise, the one they did on TV a long time ago,
Mhm.
with Scott Bakula. But this takes place shortly after, I guess, First Contact, whenever they actually met the Vulcans for the first time. Well, not shortly after, I guess a little while after, but it's closer to that time period. I don't know.
Which reminds me, I told my dad that we would let them use the subscription to see it.
Okay. Oh, no, it's fine. I don't care.
I mean, he offered us the other subscriptions that we had already.
Well, that's good of him. Orval is a good show.
Yes.
If it's like Star Trek Next Generations, which I loved, meets Seth MacFarlane.
I really thought it was gonna be just like Family Guy style, like he's
Yeah.
just gonna be making fun of it.
Poop and fart jokes everywhere,
And it's not.
like no,
it's like a legit. It's legit. I like it.
If you haven't seen it, Nick, watch it. You might like it. You might get a kick out of it. I don't know. You could take it as like a weird. It could almost be a Star Trek spinoff. This is just some laid back captain who tells it like it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they tell it like it is a lot.
Yeah. I really like the Orville. I feel like sometimes I like it more than the Star Trek because it's more like laid back and like a more relaxing show, whereas the Star Trek show can be kind of like it's a lot.
Yeah.
It can be very. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Really good.
So
I was shocked about this last episode that I would just watch. So
What?
that the guy took the stuff instead of her. I thought the Klingon girl was, or the one girl, the main character girl. I thought she was going to inject herself. I didn't realize he was.
Did I miss something?
We'll talk about it later.
Orville?
No, the Star Trek.
Injections?
Yes,
Did I fall asleep?
I don't remember. She's been tired lately. We'll figure it out.
See, this is how I watch shows and movies. Mini Warzone. Great to catch up with these again. I'll be sure to answer your question in my next P&Q. Question for you both. What is your favorite meal of the week? I'm assuming here that you might have a regular meal day. Are you talking about like every day of the week is like that same meal, like every Tuesday's Taco Tuesday?
We don't have like a specific day that we eat a meal.
We have a 1 month food calendar. Like this is just kind of like I'll just go like this. So we just have like 30 days mapped out. It's not even like days. So this is hot dogs. This is Daddy's chicken, fettuccine alfredo, tacos. So it's not like specific days. It's just like meals. And so what we do is it makes it easier and it's a good way to budget because sometimes you're not really feeling like, oh, it's Tuesday and I have to eat mom's roast and I'm just not feeling like mom's roast. So it's just easier to say
And
anything
plus,
on the menu is a possibility. And if it's going to be something that's going to take time, like we'll discuss it at dinner the night before. Like, what do we want to have for dinner tomorrow night? Do we want to have sandwich night? Do we want to have thigh night?
yeah. Wednesdays and Thursdays are busy for us. Wednesdays my daughter has her little church thing that she goes to, and then Thursday we have this little business class that we're taking, and so we kind of those 2 nights because everything happens at 7:00. It's like those are pretty much our hot dog nights or even our taco nights because those are the 2 easiest things to whip up if we do that.
It's a fast meal and it's something that you can eat
Anything
quickly.
fast, yeah.
And so hot dog. So we have 30 days. It's not 30 different meals. Hot dogs are on here several times. Tacos are on here several times. And so there's a lot of things.
Sandwich nights on there a couple times.
There's a lot of things that repeat, but it just makes it easier. And we just scratch out there is an eat out night.
Yeah, we have that on there once because the payday at the beginning of the month is one night that we can kind of feel normal and eat food outside of the house.
Yeah,
like other people do.
So it's a really good budget helper on that, and I read it on some blog like a year or so ago about making.
Gardner did it too, and
about making a 30-day meal plan, and it saves so much money when we follow it. It's so great.
And the other thing too is if we had a working oven, there are things like the meatloaf on there. We could pre-make the meatloaf. And just put it in the freezer, and it's meatloaf night. We pop it out, let it thaw, and then when it's time to eat it, we throw it in the oven and cook it. There are things like that we could do.
We don't have a working oven, so it really sucks. Like on here is stuffed shells. Well, we don't have an oven for the stuffed shells, and I don't know how well they cook in a crock pot. And I bought manicotti. Kind of hard to make.
I was kind of excited about that until she reminded me of that. I was like, oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are some things that probably won't. Like, country-style ribs are okay in a crock pot, but they're so much better in an oven. Anyway, so
I'm also working on fixing that grill outside. I was messing with it. I'm trying to figure out how to cover them holes good, so that way we can reuse it.
So yeah, we don't. But your question was, what is our favorite meal? And I would have to say it varies from pastas, whether it be spaghetti or lasagna or spaghetti. To steak and baked potatoes. I'm a meat and potatoes
Girl, yeah, she is.
Yeah.
My all-time favorite meal is spaghetti.
And
Spaghetti and pea salad.
and it has to be a rare steak. It's gotta be red on the inside. Don't cook that meat. It's so sad. So, yeah, 30-day meal plan. We basically just pick random foods off the board, eat whatever that food is. We should do it for breakfast, lunch too. It would help out a lot.
Yeah, because I'm back to my sad, sappy schedule. Of
But breakfast and
not
lunch
wanting
is
to eat.
typically more repetitive. You can eat cereal every day. You can't really eat tacos every day. Well, some people do. But I'm just saying,
tacos.
I'm not a leftovers person. I think that's my struggle, my breakfast struggle too, is I can't eat a breakfast burrito every day. Like, it's like, ugh. Anyway. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. So now we have a Graham Collin. Aruga. Looking good, guys. I have to admit that when hearing the good Lady K's voice, my first thought wasn't Mr. Herbert from Family Guy, rather Mickey Mouse. Guess I'm just showing my age. I have to admit that I'm pretty clueless when it comes to the whole video malarkey. I wouldn't know how to go about making one, editing it, or anything. Not that I'd have the self-confidence to spend much time on camera. I don't even really like having still photos taken. Hence not having 3 million selfies all over the place. Oh, selfies are fun! And I think I'd even find speaking to camera from behind it or doing a voiceover somewhat difficult. Having said that, I wouldn't mind having my own channel that I could play about with. I'm just not really in a position to produce any content for it myself right now. Although, I've been tossing around the idea of seeing if any of the people whose channels I enjoy watching fancy doing a short intro video of their channels for me to use as shoutouts for them. All I have right now, however, is a channel name, no logos, or anything else. I don't think that I've had any strange jobs per se. Oh, I was going to say, I hate the sound of my voice, but I do watch my videos back. I'll watch them a few times. But you should try that at least. Like you said, maybe you don't think you can do it behind the camera, but even if you just do it for yourself, you'll get used to it. It feels weird at first. It really does. Like, we have these conversations and we make it look so easy.
I was nervous as crap the first time.
This is not easy. It's not easy to talk to a camera, and like, this is a one-way conversation. It's kind of two-way, but it's not easy. And
or three-way.
You know what I mean? It isn't though, right? Like it can be daunting. It takes time. It really does. Yeah. Like I just said, we made it look easy, but it takes time and practice. And your first videos, you're gonna be like, blah, 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 and that's okay.
I mean, you go back and look at my very first video. I literally did it just for somebody on Facebook. I made that towel turret, and they wanted to see how it worked, how those guns popped out, and so I did a video of it for like 13 seconds, and that was it. And then I was like, I'll make more videos. Let's see what happens. And the next thing I know, I'm showing my pretty face.
But that's also how it works, though. I think even like the big time professional YouTubers. I mean, Nick could probably even relate to this, right? Like that you don't just pick up a camera and it's like perfection, right? But I would say like even the big time YouTubers like Roman Atwood and stuff probably went back and deleted some of their very first videos because now that they're so big and it's so easy and so flawless. Sometimes I watch Roman's videos and I'm like, he makes it look so easy to literally be like this all day long. How are you like walking through the store like like? And I know he's not even using a phone. He's using a legit camera. His whole life, his Roman Atwood vlogs. If you think about it.
In the car one time, he's talking, and someone had the window rolled down. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just talking to a camera."
I just don't. So I'm not to that level yet, right? I don't see how we can do it.
That was a lot louder than it needed to be.
Anyway, I don't
Can you
think that
film
I've
something
had
for
any
me?
strange jobs per se. I wouldn't even say that I'd had any particularly interesting ones. They've all been fairly run-of-the-mill, computer operator, IT tech support, office administrator kind of things. What's been more interesting have been some of the business areas that the companies I've worked for have been in: data processing of oil and gas, exploration data, building training simulators and management systems for processes in oil rigs, refineries, pipelines, and so on. Working with the unemployed, trying to help them get back into work, and so on.
Good jobs, man.
Don't forget that the original Kylo Ren murdered his own father. I'd keep my eye on that one if I were you.
I will.
He's getting really sassy lately, too. He really is.
I think he has daddy issues.
Big time. Although, did you see how happy he was when he saw me today?
Yeah.
He gets so happy when I come home from work. I love it.
When I sat up in bed this morning, he was like, "Oh, you." He was like at the gate, like,
Yeah, he is a needy puppy. But that's the word. Puppy. So, the Gibsons. We'll defo have to look into one of those cushions. Thanks for the answer, guys. It's mainly just that focus time, like you said, where you zone out and hours fly by. When I'm not painting, I'm pretty active. It's just remembering those breaks. Great vid as always, guys. You can always set an alarm, like a little timer, because I mean, I've zoned down on things, and before you know it, you're like, ooh.
yeah.
So you can always set a timer to make sure you get those breaks.
It's good.
The
But,
sucky part is you could be in a flow.
yeah, I was just about to say that.
And do you stop?
Like I'm doing one of these freehand things, I don't want to stop. Like I'm just like I've got to push it through to get it done. And like if I stop, I could lose that flow or that momentum that I was doing and just totally biff it.
Jim White, thank you for your wonderful responses. Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you for being awesome.
Do a Fruit Loop in a bowl of Cheerios.
Okay.
Super War Gamer, nice catch up. Cute puppy, but the scarab looks cuter.
You're funny.
Frost and Fists, great video, my friends. I think all of my jobs have been fairly normal. For next time, though, what are all the jobs in the long list that you've had? LOL. I figured if I made it a Q&A question, that would give Kristen the motivation to actually list them out.
I can list all my jobs real quick. First job ever was Six Flags. Then I worked at a telemarketing place. Then I worked at a construction warehouse where I actually made the stuff. Then I worked at a comic book store. Then I worked at a tattoo shop for years.
Okay, then. Dog groomer, Big Lots, Quiznos, Cowboys Barbecue, Steak and Shake, Candy Store, Easter Bunny, Santa's Helper, Chuck E. Cheese. These are not in order. I kind of digressed a little bit. Daycare, 1, 2, 3, 4. Several daycares. Assisted living center. So we're on like 11, right? Because the daycare was 10.
Yeah.
11 is assisted living center. A state school for mentally retarded, mentally handicapped. That's the same thing. Physically. You get it.
Yeah.
MHMR. State school. What happened after state school?
You forgot the nanny job.
Oh, I was a nanny. I bead horse tack, stun guns, carriage driver, always fabulous, wife, mother of 3. I feel like I'm missing something. Cutco, Mary Kay.
I ran out of fingers.
We're at 20.
Pearls. Lip
Pearls.
Sense.
Lip Sense. I feel like I'm
Advocare.
forgetting something. DoorDash.
DoorDash.
DoorDash Advocare, yeah.
1 day's worth of Post-it mates or whatever.
Kroger. I worked at Kroger. That was like a whole month of fun. So yeah, it's a lot of jobs, but I feel like they're not too weird.
They didn't start getting weird until you got older.
Well, I mean, I was the Easter Bunny for 4 years. I was Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, how many of you guys can say you were Chuck E. Cheese, or the Easter Bunny, or Santa's elf?
And you were Santa.
Oh, I was Santa. Oh, that was at a daycare, but and I was the Easter Bunny at a daycare. Yeah, I worked at a couple for 10 years though. I worked in childcare. So, that I'm counting the state school in that, right?
Or a nanny.
Childcare. So pretty much since I've known you, it's only been childcare.
For the most
Nothing
part, yeah.
really odd.
Child care or old people care.
It's only just now starting to get odd again.
Yeah.
Right? So. Yeah. And I mean, I got my CNA, so for a while I could have been a professional butt wiper, but didn't do anything with that. Oh, bus driver!
Bus driver!
Oh, now I'm really low. You made me fall down. Like, look at this. I know this drives me
I'm
crazy.
sorry. My lump hurts.
Okay, well then I guess it's time to go.
Is it? Are we done?
Yeah, that was it. He was the last question, and you just made me fall, and I'm all, like, slouchy. Look at this. It's not sexy.
Says you. That's just more neck to chew on.
That was your picture opportunity right there.
Stop.
I think we've done thumbnails like that before, actually.
Anyway, questions going out?
Well, I asked you guys if Kylo Ren was a good name for the puppy, and I'm assuming that that's a yes because.
It's a great name. It's too late. He's the Kylo Ren.
Well, I'm just saying, like nobody said it. Okay, here we go. Ready? I don't like being all like down in there like that.
She does not.
What you doing, Kylo? What you doing, baby? We want to see the puppy.
Oh,
He bunked.
that's my nuggies.
He bunked his head. Come on. Oh gosh! Look who's getting big. It's only been 2 weeks. Who's a baby? Who's
Hi.
a baby? Oh, he's got. Hi, Daddy. Look, he's got this scar right here from whatever happened to him as a puppy. It's gonna be pretty permanente because it's
Hey, that's my chin.
still there. Kylo. Who's a cute puppy?
What's that puppy dog right here?
Who's a cute puppy?
Yeah, right there. Dog.
Anyway, hasn't he gotten so big? It's only been 2 weeks since puppy power. You gotta don't choke me.
He put his finger in there. He opened his mouth.
I'm not a dog person. I love kitty cats.
So, I don't know if I have any questions.
Oi. What crazy new job should I get next? Just found out today that I think the stun gun job's over. Did you say please don't answer that?
Yeah, please don't answer that. She don't need another job. She's got plenty. We just got to make them all work.
Who's that cute boy?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think I should do painting commissions? I'm doing building commissions. Should I do painting ones too? I don't know. There's a question. I guess it all depends on if people want me to. That's the thing. So anyway, that's all I got.
Oh, ow. He's biting my face. Stop! Kylo.
The button doesn't work.
It does. It's actually taking the picture.
Oh really? Like 50,000 pictures?
It should be, yeah.
Anyway, guys, we thank you so much for joining us. We're gonna try to get regular again. Like I said, I at least want to do it every other week.
Get regular. There's
Have some
probiotic-
yogurt in the fridge. Guys, we love you all. We thank you so much for joining us. Keep rocking that nerd life, my friends.
Stay fabulous. I love you.
We'll see you next Monday. Maybe.